From time to time, I find I can't avoid being a doctor. I went outside to go to the toilet and met someone who was about to have an epileptic fit, so I lay her down on the floor with others. Hand out. Keep these till the end. We're going to do a performance together. You may use your fingertips only because you are probably suffering from a Colles fracture. So we've got to keep this going for 6 minutes and then we'll rub it in together. As you can see me doing with those lovely young doctors from Bromley. We had a Brexit moment during my PhD, which has lasted 10 years. I'm the only person I know who's proud of having major corrections. It will be resubmitted in September. I'm sorry, I'm not going very logically, but I'll fill in the gaps afterwards. Yes, in Bromley, with whom we merged, we were a leading financially challenged trust, and the merger was so unsuccessful that they had to disaggregate us and re-merge us with Lewisham. We're much more similar in Woolwich, where I used to work as consultant microbiologist, hence my interest in hand washing, which is why we're going to do it all together as a magical moment of encounter. I did it in 2000 with the consultants at the hospital, Woolwich, and I did it again in Olympic year at Woolwich, directed by the wonderful David Ward, accident and emergency consultant and football fanatic. That must be about a minute. They're very white in Bromley, and we're rather mixed in Woolwich and Lewisham. The pairing was easier. Okay, I think I can probably move. So I'll tell you about my PhD, drawing on the nature of empathy. Drawing, I count a gesture of the hand as drawing, so squirting a line of liquid from this onto your hand, to me, is a drawing. Very broad, and it's telling a story with a simple tool held in the palm of your hand. Nature, I'm quite interested in nature because I worked in the laboratory with the Petri dishes. I made some rods and cockeye for you, and I really like the microscope. I'm down to a hand lens, but it's pretty good. And empathy, putting yourself in the shoes of someone else and not getting stuck there, is a pretty important activity. And not feeling personal distress, that is not empathy. And there's a difference between imagining yourself in someone else's, me imagining myself in Ezio's shoes, and me imagining Ezio in Ezio's shoes, because he has a very different background from me. He's had different experiences. Okay.
You're about halfway.
Splenic palpation. The spleen, the spleen is here, opposite the liver. It's a long time since I've done this. And I, as another act of drawing, I encouraged others to palpate the spleen, and I told people that if you had your spleen palpated, it would remove your anger and melancholy. And to my surprise, people believed me. I have been around the world doing this, and I also took it to Nick and Fabiano's first iteration of the early lab, and decided not to do it, because actually if people are confessing quite intimate stories, then actually doing a splenic palpation is a little bit too intimate. So I just had people lying around doing double-blind drawing. So to double-blind draw, parody of a scientific controlled trial really, close your eyes and draw with both hands at the same time. I think that's pretty controlled. They did that, and I made sounds on my cello. I'm not a great cellist, but I was trained by John Carson, who's Terry's colleague, and anyone knows he will encourage you to sing your heart out. You may be off key, it doesn't matter. So I used to play my cello, big, low sounds, as in the hospital. This is the Elixir Gallery in the main hospital corridor in Woolwich, and you can see it's quite a wide corridor. So as you're performing in the hospital corridor, the beds go past, the concealment trolley, coffin trolley, will go past empty and come back to the histopathology department. That lady's a histopathologist, full.
1 minute.
The splenic palpation really came out of Flat Time House residency with Sonia Boyce and David Cross and various others. 16 students, MA and so PhD, locked up together for 2 weeks. I decided that the toilet should be cleaned, and we did a cleansing of the toilet. Unfortunately, the mirror came off, and the next day I came in with a hammer, which caused a lot of consternation. If you go to Tate Modern, Marina Abramovich's 72 items, Rhythm 0, with the gun, the hammer, they're out at the moment opposite Santiago Sierra. I think I was thought as being some sort of violent creature, but to me, the Black & Decker, the hammer, the saw, they're the tools of the orthopaedic surgeons, and I'm happy with them. Oh, it won't move. No? Okay. I had a nasty suspicion that some of my slides weren't there. Okay, so I've told you a little bit about my PhD, but we've also taken it, Miles Coote, who's sitting over there, and I have done a drawing performance at Guy's Hospital, so much a larger thing, just a couple of weeks ago. Again, rolling out the scrolls, doing double-blind drawing, doing splenic palpation to accompany an exhibition. And along with that, I included some poetry, and I was going to read to you because I felt that the rhythm of the spoken word was important. How am I doing for time? We'll ignore that. And we have to do our hand cleansing. Is anyone charged up? Does anyone need anything more? Okay. Now, the WHO recommendations for this say that you do it twice to the tune of Happy Birthday. Does anyone need their birthday singing? Or are we just going to just think it in your heads? Okay, this is automatic empathy. All you've got to do is imitate me. Right, palms together. Rub gently. Dorsum of the hand. On this side. It's lavender oil, it does have antibacterial properties. Palms together. Really squish them hard because that little bit in there throws all the germs. Okay, fingers. And the other way. Do not forget your thumb. The area of the brain that controls your thumb is equal to the size of the rest of your fingers put together. And finally, it is little. Get those fingertips in there.